This college basketball picks edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code SGPN to score up to $1,000 in bonus cash. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Rhythm is giving away a $250 future and throwing a March Madness party. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for all the details.
I pity the fool that don't listen to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. I pity the fool that don't listen to SGPN. Let it ride, brother.
You like that?
Long, Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer? Dog.
Hey, what's up, Sean? I almost forgot to put on my handicapping glasses. Hold on.
Oh, look at those. Yes, well, you're getting ahead of yourself, Ryan. Those are for the horse racing days. We're here. February Madness, leading up to March Madness. I got the chat checking in live, talking college basketball picks. Joining us on the line from the college experience, talking all things college hoops. Colby Dant, aka Pick Dundee. What's happening, Colby?
Howdy, Quaid. We're at best time of year.
Oh,
How you
no.
guys doing?
Oh no, Colby's
Colby's electronic again. We were trying to fix this before the show. Now he sounds like a robot. Colby, you sound like a robot again.
Colby's trying. Colby, can you talk?
My CPU is a neural net processor. Learning computer.
Colby's got too many tabs open. Rejoin, Colby. Leave and come back. We'll let you back on.
Yes,
we got plenty of things to talk about,
including if you missed yesterday's episode, you missed a gem. Well, also, check out Colby's gem, the college experience. No. Colby lost his soundboard and was improvising with some royalty-free music. Make sure you check that out. And shout out to Eddie Better. Good evening, Sean and Wanye, a.k.a. Wayne. If you missed the Blackjack stream, that's a great thing about the Blackjack stream. It is evergreen. Go back and check out that episode. That was a lot of fun. Starting with Ryan, who didn't realize he gave my bookie his Blackjack name was Wayne, and then Ryan couldn't pronounce Wayne.
Hold on a second. I actually don't. I went through it. There's nowhere in my account where it says Wayne.
Couldn't be true. Couldn't be true.
It must just be I got a random name. There's no Wayne. I've also solved.
How did I end up? So I randomly ended up with Sean T. Green, and you ended up with Wanye.
Why would I give my name Wayne? It's got to be some random thing.
Hey, Kramer, you're a Batman guy.
That's a wild take to have on today. I didn't see that take coming.
What take?
That I created Wayne.
Oh, who else would create Wayne?
There was the computers, the beautiful CP. Although I did figure it out that Wanye was because of Kanye. Once again, Kanye is responsible for a lot of the bad things going on in the world.
Yeah, Ryan not being able to pronounce Wayne was a highlight amongst many things of the live Blackjack stream, including me praying to the gambling gods for a nice blackjack. Got a 15 against a 10. Praying to the gambling gods for a 2 and got a 6. So that was pretty awesome. Go back and check out the Blackjack stream. Colby, are you there?
How's my voice, guys?
Now it's perfect.
Oh, beautiful.
Whoa.
What did you have running in the background?
I was watching Short Circuit.
Colby, turn off Napster. Stop downloading Rambo. Some bootleg ass Rambo.
I got all 7 of them, but there's a bunch of other ones that are wannabe Rambo movies out there.
Do you remember back in the day when they you would early internet, you would have message boards where you would swap concert, like people would swap concert recordings. Colby feels like he was the source of a lot of those recordings.
Chad is suggesting that Colby may be still involved with LimeWire. He never got off. Well, Colby did, Kramer, before he left, he gifted us a bunch of Burn CDs, some of his favorite mixes. Colby's football mix, summer of 2005. It's just different songs you can listen to while watching old school football.
Much better than Jock Jams. Much better than Jock Jams.
Oh man, do you guys remember The Wall?
Wall.
Wait, what?
The Wall. There was a music store called The Wall. Did you guys not have that?
No.
Okay, so it was a CD store at the mall. It was called The Wall, and it was like they were just, they would charge like $3 more for a CD, and it was like they tried to they were like a fancy music store place. But the thing was, you could go and like, hey, I want to listen to the CD, and they would put it in the Discman. You could sit there and you could listen to the CD. I was walking around and I thought it was my buddy listening to a CD, and it was a guy holding a Jock Jam CD listening to it. And I walked up to him and I hit him on the back. I go, "You listen to that dumb bullshit?" And then the guy, it was just a random guy, turned around. I'm like, sorry. I thought you were my buddy. Oh yeah.
Fantastic. I dare you throw shame on We Will Rock You.
455 stores in 35 states nationwide under 2 brand names: Camelot Music and The Wall.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I felt like
never heard
everywhere.
of any of them.
Camelot Music consisted of 305 stores, majority being based in Midwestern and Southeastern United States. Wall had 150 stores, primarily in the Mid-Atlantic, Northeast regions of the country. Yeah, I do not remember.
You guys are, come on. You guys
I
are
remember
Mid-Atlantic,
Tower Records.
Northeast.
I remember Sam Goody. You remember Sam Goody?
Sam Goody, yeah. And then you'd also have the what was the mail order one where you paid a penny and you got 10, but then they started charging you forever.
I think can we do that with the College Experience podcast?
Well, Colby said that. Yeah, Colby,
yes,
you need to put out.
All right.
For your hipster audience, you need to put out the College Experience on vinyl. We're gonna look into that. There's probably some TC people who would buy some College Experience vinyl. And John checking in, reminding us Dark Side of the Moon. And Colby pointed out to me that if you start Dark Side of the Moon right at the kickoff of the Ice Bowl, it syncs up perfectly. Ryan, I don't know if you knew that. Colby told me on
the Ice Bowl, the original Tush Push, huh?
Yeah, and now we got the Green Bay Packers trying to eliminate the Tush Push. Why is it? I mean, the logic on trying to eliminate the Tush Push is insane. If it was if everyone could do it, everyone would be doing it. Also, it's a quarterback sneak play. It's literally you're fighting over 1 yard of grass. It's the epitome of football.
I mean, I have so many problems with this. I mean, first off, if you're the fucking Green Bay Packers, your most iconic moment is an inch away from the Dallas Cowboys and winning the NFL championship. But this is like the core element of football. You know what I mean? Like this is everything that football is. So it's like, what are we doing here?
Well, I think, all right. So, I don't have, So the what I found was that Mark Murphy, who is the Packers president, wants the NFL to review this play, looking for it to be banned as it is not a skill-based play. Now, what I don't understand about the argument here is the argument, like it's literally a skill-based something is what they say about the like poker or DFS to show you it's not just random fucking outcomes. I don't understand the idea, because if this wasn't skill based, like for the dumb take, everyone would be equally as effective at it, which they are not, clearly. Secondly, like many things in football, the very best, the most skillful teams at doing certain things do that thing repeatedly with high levels of success, which only from what I can tell, I didn't do a deep dive, Sean. I think you're the Tush push expert, but I don't know if there's a huge sample side outside of Philadelphia to suggest that this is just a random event every time they run this play. Now, Tom Brady also very skillful at the quarterback sneak. They didn't try to ban it when he was doing it. This is very strange. The idea that you'd want to I understand that some sports operate like, let's see who can cheat the best and then we'll fix the rules and move forward. But this feels like just, carrying on with the tradition that started with Jordan Love being the starting quarterback, and just a franchise that, if I'm an owner, aka a ticket holder of the Packers, we're doing January 6th to the offices of the Packers, and we're getting this Mark Murphy removed. I mean, what, you're making us all look like assholes. If I'm a Packers fan, and maybe I have the flaw of liking Jordan Love, okay, now I got to put up with this bullshit. Like, we got to be the team that's trying to out the tush push. It's super lame. Anyway, I'm moving on with my life.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, though. I mean, for them
it's not going to work. They're not going to. Yeah. There's 0% chance they do something like this, in my opinion. So, no way Troy Vincent does this, although he's been up to some naughty things.
Hey, reminder, of course, get in over on the merch sale, 20% off everything. Look at that sweet college experience camo hat Colby has. I got my sweet SGP promo code madness. And hey, why don't you guys come hang out with us out in Vegas? Rhythm is throwing a sweet March Madness party, March 19th, the Wednesday before March Madness really gets going, over at Stadium Swim, aka the Circa. It's free. We're going to have some cocktails. Sign up over at Rhythm, of course, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM, but it is going to be the place to be. And if you can't make it out to Vegas, it doesn't matter. You still have a chance to win a $250 March Madness future. I'll put it in for you over on the Circa Sportsbook. Get all the details. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. And you know what else is a party? I'll tell you, Edge Boost. Sign up over on Edge Boost, edgeboost.bet. Use the promo code SGPN. You get paid to bet on sports. That's right. Free cash rewards if you use the promo code SGPN when you sign up. Get the tier 2 cash back. Just had a nice layover at the Denver airport. Was firing into some regulated apps, some regulated sports books, racking up some sweet cash back rewards with my Edge Boost debit card. Go to edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Awesome. We last episode of picks, we killed it. 31-17 ATS combined. Not amazing on the locks, but still 31-17 was pretty damn good. And 7-3 on the consensus plays. So Discord, eat it.
I did good on the locks, but
yes, not good overall.
Not as good to frame the data that way. You could have said real money Kramer 2-1 in his locks.
I could have
on a 4-2 stretch. No big deal.
I like to highlight 7-3 on the picks we agreed on. 70%.
Very good. Very good. I mean, shout out to the Discord.
I mean, you can't beat it. Kramer, what do we got picks wise?
Yeah, no. I did want to apologize for. I can either take credit or apologize, but I'll apologize on behalf of the show for thinking that Dan Hurley was going to do a goddamn thing against St. John's and Rick Pitino.
Damn,
my God, Colby, what do you want to say?
I Benedict the fuck out of that one.
No, you didn't.
Well, I mean, how shocking was that line? We were calling it 7.5. It was 2.5 when it opened.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I got to take St. John's now. I thought they'd win by 5 or 6. So yeah, that was official Benedicting here. No one caught it. No one caught it.
Well, it's like one of those things where if you commit the crime enough, people stop considering it a crime. It's like those kids that run into the Apple store and just steal all the iPhones, and everyone just lets them walk out.
Colby is a smash and grab guy.
They really just need to bring. How you solve that problem? You just make it so that if you knock someone out while they're committing a crime, you've done nothing wrong. Imagine how many people that be trying to pick up those bounties, and then throw a little bounty on it, right? A C note to every knockout you get. You're doing pretty good. All right, you want to pick some games? Colby,
sorry. Anytime you talk Slick Rick, you got to pull up the photo. That thing's awesome.
we're heading out to one. I forget who's. I don't think any of us have this as their directional Michigan team. If I'm not,
I
that's
do,
yours?
buddy.
Okay,
that's my team. Let's
my
go.
Apologies. Eastern Michigan taking on my my new favorite team. Shout out Marcus Johnson. Bowling Green. Appreciate you putting it on the card. If I need one thing in my life, well, let me ask you a question. This is unrelated to this game. Will Akron make the tournament if they lose in the conference tournament game? Conference tournament.
Well, they lost the other day.
I know. That's why I'm asking.
It depends like what
tight?
they're.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
then 3:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Bowling Green catching 3.5 here. These are all real numbers, I assume.
real,
Talking about
all real.
games on Tuesday. Colby, why are we taking Bowling Green in this spot?
I am not because I fly with the Eagles of Eastern Michigan, and also Bowling Green is off of a rivalry road win in one of the more heated rivalries in college sports. The Battle of I-75. They went on the road, got that done. Now they continue to be on the road and go to the factory, Ypsilanti, Michigan, where Beanick is known to take to the Baron late at night, looking for scattered ass. And I'm all over Eastern Michigan here. I'm laying that 3.5. These Eagles, don't forget, this is an Eastern Michigan team that since the gambling probe, since the FBI is onto them, they've been playing good because they're like, hey, we can't fuck up. There's a microscope under us. So I like laying the 3.5 here with EMU.
The LeBaron's windows were fogged up from all the action inside there, but you could see someone made EMU in the window, cutting out the fog. I'm with Colby. It's a letdown spot for Bowling Green coming off that big win, and Bowling Green puts people to the line. Eastern Michigan hits their free throws. I mean, that is bright red. Bowling Green's defense. They foul a ton. Eastern Michigan hits a ton of their free throws. This is a smash spot for Eastern Michigan.
I think unfortunately you guys might be right. I wanted to show you my evidence. Bring this to the stage. Look at this win probability in the Bowling Green's last game against Toledo. My God, I mean, you blindly see this. You go, okay, well, we're gonna fade this in the next game. Yeah. So I guess unfortunately, I'll be on Eastern Michigan. I won't call them the Eagles. App State, 4 p.m. on the West Coast, heads to Statesboro, Georgia, take on Georgia Southern. I don't think have we talked about Georgia Southern once this entire season, Colby? Shame on you. App State, one of your faves, laying 1.5. So I can only assume that we're taking them here in this road spot.
I mean, here's an interesting thing. This is the deeper than hate rivalry here, and App just beat them in overtime in a game we took on Southern. They won 79-74 just 5 days ago. So this is a quick turnaround game for a rivalry game. Georgia Southern's 9-3 at home. App is coming off that loss to Marshall. Surprisingly, Marshall fucking finally got a road win. Give me State. State's gonna pull that upset. I think just the fact that they just pushed them to overtime. The Sunbelt is just bananas. I mean, just the have you seen the bracket, guys, for the Sunbelt?
No,
it's the fun belt, baby. That's why.
No, they're so stupid. Kramer, can you pull up this year's bracket for the Sunbelt? It is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. So the Sunbelt is the 1 seed never wins the Sunbelt. Never. Right? The gap between 1 and 10 is razor thin, as you saw the top team just lose the other day to the ninth place team.
This is beautiful, Colby.
No, this is so like the WCC. I actually understand it because you're trying to get Gonzaga into the tournament or St. Mary's into the tournament or San Francisco. There's a big gap between good and bad. Sunbelt, every fucking team is the same. So it's going to be super chaotic. Show that if you haven't, see if you can show it on the screen here, because
your take is that you would rather have the variance. Whereas what they're saying is no. We're going with the flying V formation. Wait, so how many?
This is so filthy.
How many buys
this is
does
so
the 1 seed get?
filthy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The is it the tetra buy? Like what the quintuple buy?
This is the dumbest thing, and I can't wait because they're doing this to protect their 1 and 2 seeds. I guarantee you, the 1 and 2 seeds aren't going to go. I guarantee you, it's going to be someone's going to get hot.
Impossible.
No, it's going to happen. I guarantee you, man. Like I just hit on this past Saturday. The 1 seed lost to the 9. Like every team that was
the quintuple bye. So that's what they're going for. That's beautiful.
No.
But I mean, unfortunately, yeah, this is a tough one because I understand. Like, you understand why a conference would want their best team to go to the tournament.
But the best team is going to be like, I just think that that works more so with the WCC in a conference where every team is the same. You're fucking your best team in a way.
No, really. You're giving them a game against a team that's going to have to play at least one more day ahead of them, if not 2 or 3. Oh, seems like a pretty hilarious. Although I don't. Is this the first quintuple bye that we've had? Sean's on the move. Yeah,
I was about to say, you cooking something, buddy?
What's
I see you in the kitchen there. What's going on?
Oh man, this is great. Hopefully we don't. Shall we take him off screen just in case? We don't want to accidentally see an ass or something. I mean, like one of those locker room situations.
It's just the dumbest fucking schedule, dude. Like, to me, like they should fire somebody over that for the Sunbelt, where every team is the same.
There is no other team with a quintuple bye, right? Or no other conference. This would be the first.
No, I've never heard of that.
The quad bye we've had. That's been around for a couple of years. Anyway, so we're laying it with App State. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm taking Southern. I'm taking Southern. The team that's higher up in the Sunbelt never wins.
I mean, on the bright side, they let everyone into their conference tournament, which is, not what everyone does. But dude, this is what we're gonna see in the future, unfortunately.
All right, I'm back. I got kicked out of the. I was too loud at the dining room kitchen, so now I'm on the outdoor patio. It's a little chilly, but so I got the SGP beanie on, playing through. I'm Colby. App State burned us last time. Georgia Southern at home. App State hasn't been good off a loss. They're not going to bounce back. This is Georgia Southern as a home dog.
I'm on Southern. I'm Southern, not State. Okay. Southern, not State all day. Let's go.
Kramer, what are you doing?
Right. Well, we're going to agree twice in a row. Wrong team's favored, some might say. I mean, this is recency bias too, because Colby trying to talk us into this App State team after I point out the line is rat poison on VSiN. So yeah, let's go. Georgia Southern, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Richmond. I love the theme of this show. It's like Colby's like one of these like call-in request DJs, and he's like, this one's going out to the hate rivalry of VCU Richmond. VCU laying a big number. I'm sure is Mac. I assume going to be in attendance for this one. VCU.
I am not sure. I am not sure, but he should. I mean. He should be there.
I was under the impression that he was a ball knowing guy who likes ball. Seems he's the real Mac, the real money line. Have we talked about money line Mac on this show?
Oh yeah. So there was these fucking pussies over at Providence, them in their shit town and their shit ass program. It's a bunch of it's just bitch attitude. I mean, you want to talk about being a man. If you're going to chirp at someone and insult people and your icon is a mascot, and you're using your fake name, that's just, we used to be a country here. That's just 100% bitch. So whoever this mid Mac is, this kid can get bent, and his entire crew of weirdo burners.
Yeah,
get bent. What a strong diss.
That was their like catchphrase that they kept using. And they're just huge fucking losers. So like I said, used to be a fan of Providence, but now I'm Ed Cooley. Ed Cooley was right. Ed Cooley got out of that shit town when he could.
Did you hear?
I don't know what's worse, the town or the fucking those made guys in Providence. Buddy Cianci was a bitch. Everyone who goes to Providence is a bitch.
They don't have a football team because they're a bitch institution. He goes to Georgetown that's got football. So I mean, makes a lot of sense, Sean. When the more you think about it, besides the greenbacks, it makes just a lot of sense. What's up, Kramer?
I was trying to take myself off screen when the Italian slander was going on.
Oh yeah, Kramer.
I didn't want to get clipped up in some sort of situation between you two. And
they
Italians.
They know where I can be found. Find me at the Circa every Friday, 8:00. I'll be there. Throw down.
I'm taking a longer now. Yeah, just stay away from the coffee shop if you're gonna bring some situation to this. I don't know if you heard, but John Fanta was on another very popular podcast over at Barstool, and he was asked about he hosts these spaces where he gets after some fan bases, and he was asked what's a fan base that's over the top, and he said he talked about Providence a little bit. He's like, those Providence guys, they like their basketball.
Well, no, and it's one thing if it's a rabid fan base, but the other thing is like it's all these burners, like as an Eagles fan base, we don't need burners. We actually have fans. Providence, it's like, oh, I got to create some fake accounts to pretend like we have a fan base. That's cowardice shit if I've ever seen it. Just cowards.
Anyway, make sure you follow the real Moneyline Mac.
Yeah.
Moneyline_Mac.
Yeah. Not the other one. All right. So VCU laying a massive number here, Colby. What are we doing?
So this is the Capital Classic rivalry here across town, separated by 6 miles, these universities. And since 1998, they've played every year. Well, even prior to that, but only once has VCU covered this number, and that was by 15. So by a half a point more than what this number is right now. Give me the point. Another thing is VCU is off of a first place game against George Mason.
Yeah,
where all the marbles were on the line. Now you got Richmond has been kind of struggling. I'm all over the 14.5, but they have, Richmond. Honestly, we should talk about this. Actually, we should talk about this because you should subscribe. You guys see the movie Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah. Great.
Remember how he's forging all this shit, right? He's forging all this money, and he ends up working for the FBI at the end of the day. He's like their top most wanted guy, and then he ends up working for. I think the FBI should hire the college experience because we have nailed Eastern Michigan, North Carolina A&T, and Fresno State. We did not have Valley State on there, but there's been 4 schools part of this gambling probe where they're on the take, and we have nailed 3 of the 4. But we are also lobbying that Richmond needs to be under investigation because they lose by a half a point in a lot of games where they got no business losing by that number by a half a point. However, saying all this. Give me the Spiders.
So you think they're fixing games, but you're going to take them because the number is too big.
Yep.
Just wanted to summarize that.
They're coming on. FBI is coming on strong here. Fresno's added to the list. They got to be shaken over there. So we can't fuck this game up. Yeah. See, this is a nationally televised game too.
Well, and I'm surprised Colby hasn't been called as like a star witness. If there's anyone that could break down some Fresno State rebounding totals, it would be Colby. Why don't they they're going to be, summoning some of these underdog fantasy reads. We're talking about higher, lower. I love that they were betting on their rebounding props. It's just crazy.
Are you talking about the Federal Bureau of Investigation, Colby, or are you talking about female body inspection? I'm with Colby. God bless the t-shirt makers in Las Vegas. They do. I'm with
Colby. Richmond hits 81% from the line, and it's a rivalry game, and they're catching 14.5. Colby, what games do you think Richmond may have thrown?
Dude. So check this out. The last game they played was against St. Joe's. I was getting 15.5. It was a 10-point game with like minute and a half, 2 minutes left, right? They lose. They don't cover that number. I'm telling you, you go back to the, I think it was the Loyola Chicago game or the Davidson game. Like it's happened like 4 or 5 times. I'm telling you, it's not just me. Moneyline Mac believes this too. It looks like you're good.
Case closed.
It looks like you're good for like the whole game, and down like at the 2-minute mark, they let the other team score like 12 points.
We should start.
It's a little fishy. It's a little fishy, man.
We're gonna start calling the other moneyline Mac moneyline hack going.
Oh, all right.
If we can get that started, Colby, get your people to start this. How is Richmond so terrible? They're fixing games, but they're fourth in Ken Palm's free throw percentage.
They're not that bad. If you watch them, dude, they have been in all these fucking games. Yeah.
Free throws are the easiest thing to throw, though.
For the record, I thought I was going to lay the points here, but Colby's convinced me. Chance, you Benedict on this one? 0?
No, not
100%.
Nationally televised. The FBI is saying this. They're doing the De Niro meet the parent shit to them.
Yeah, the female body inspector.
Let's go.
Like, yeah, let's go. Look at me. I'm a female body. You know what, Sean? We need at the end of the show. We'll do 3 locks, a dog, and then a lock for Colby to not Benedict. Or a lock for Colby to Benedict.
Well, these are real numbers, so the Benedicting won't happen, guys.
Okay. Well, what about? Well, it still might happen. Late injury news. Or do we pick a game that could be the rigged game of the night?
I like this. I like this.
I think we go rigged game.
Yeah,
rigged game of the night.
Because right now, look, we've talked about Eastern Michigan, who's already. We were on that shit a week or two before the fucking feds. All right, you got to watch out that game, Sean. Early on, Eastern Michigan's already been on the take, right? You got Richmond. I didn't put Fresno on the card.
We're betting on two teams that are some.
Yeah, Colby, you're the expert. Why are we doing this?
It's all for the rivalry, guys. Let's go.
Oh man! All right, Baylor, Cincinnati.
So wait, rivalry. Kramer, write this down. Rivalry trumps fixed games. Okay.
Yeah, you won't fix a game in a rivalry because you can't. It means so much more. All right. Now that we've gotten that settled, Baylor, Cincinnati laying 2.5 here, 4 p.m. on the West Coast. Colby, what are we doing here?
So Cincinnati is the more desperate team here. They're on the outside of the bubble, but Baylor has been 2-8 on the road. They lost 2 straight. They lost at Colorado. Surprisingly, the last time they stepped on the hardwood. But you got to think Cincinnati is in the more desperate spot. They need the win more, and this is still kind of that wacky Big 12 game where they don't have much of a history. You know what I mean? Like I think they played just last year. I'm going to jump on these Bearcats. Sean Green might be in attendance. I hear. There's rumors. There's rumors that Stacking the Money Green is taking his wife there, get some Skyline chili and watch the game. But I'm just going to trust the line because we know Baylor has been much better than Cincinnati this year. So, I mean, I know Baylor has been a letdown, but they've been better than Cincinnati this year, despite their records being the same. Give me the Bearcats at home. Home crowd's all the difference.
Yeah, this is the first game that popped in the bets. You know, we like the bet split, Sean, over on VSiN. 45% of the tickets, but 72% of the action on Cincinnati. Also, very clear. Like this feels like a clear spot. Like Colby's saying, it stinks. So give me Cincinnati.
You really? Yeah. I don't know. I don't feel great about this Cincinnati team though. They haven't been great at home. ATS. But Baylor, to Colby's
they shouldn't
point,
be favored. That's the point.
I know. That's the only reason to take Cincinnati is that they have no business being favored, and that's probably why you should take them.
Yeah.
It's a fishy line. The market's telling you take the Bearcats. I'm with you guys.
And it should be noted that Baylor's dinged up. Jaden Nunn's game time decision with an illness, and then their big man. Ajuana is out for the season, so they are dinged up. Bearcats, let's go.
Let's get it.
Florida from the very good SEC basketball conference now, Colby. They're heading. Wait, did you just put this upside down on the sheet?
Did I fuck this up?
Is this a home? Who's the home team in this matchup?
Georgia.
Colby?
Oh okay. Yeah, my bad.
Florida heads to Athens, Georgia, where they also have hedges on the football field. Shout out Bill Belichick. making news for the way that his girlfriend looked. Why are people so jealous of Bill Belichick?
That footage was great.
He doesn't really look tired. He looked like my grandpa back in the day. Like, I don't want to take his.
Of course he was tired. He was just finished watching a basketball game with his shitty UNC program that's taken all the money away from his football program.
He's 72 years old.
Where did I hear this? Sean, did you hear this? Apparently, there's already friction between Belichick and the basketball program over money.
Really?
This is excellent. Yeah. Belichick's like, you guys fucking suck. We're not a basketball school anymore. Anyway, Florida laying 7.5 against my boy, Blue Cane, and the Dogs, DAGG. I mean, ever since we made fun of Florida and I mean, when was the point where we decided that their coach was an IT guy? Todd Golden, right around the time he was getting in trouble for the alleged scandal that turned out to not be a problem.
And will the release of Epstein's client list impact their tournament chances, Colby?
Yeah, you got to watch out if you're taking a future. I see some people in the chat talking natty. They do look great this year, but you got to watch out for this one. Alex Condon's a game time decision with an ankle for the Gators, and this is a tricky spot, I think, for Florida because Mike Snow White is a coach that yes, they are 3-0 against him, I believe, or maybe 5-0. But damn, if he didn't take them to overtime and what one of those ones, and like he's been, I think he got blown out the game at Florida this year, but the game prior to that was an overtime game. Georgia's been fire at home this year, guys. They're 13-3 at home. Yes, Florida's been great on the road. They're 6-2, but how about this for Florida? This is the sneaky game, in my opinion, for them because you look at what's ahead. It's a top 10 matchup with Texas A&M. After that, Alabama, another ranked team. After that, Ole Miss, another ranked team. So this is the sneaky game right here. I'm taking Georgia in the points, and I think it's for Georgia. You win this game, you get back in the mix of potentially making the NCAA tournament here. Give me the points. I think the money line could be live here.
Kramer, I assume you're taking Georgia because of Blue Cane.
Oh, big Blue Cane guy. Love the home dog aspect. Back-to-back road spot for Florida. Like you said, you're obviously looking ahead. You're handicapping what is Buzz going to be wearing. At what point in the first half will he take his button undone? A lot of things to think about with your game on deck against Texas A&M. So yeah, I'm
going against you guys. I'm taking Florida as the road. They've been unstoppable. We keep fading Florida and they keep throwing it in our face. I understand why Georgia's the home dog. I don't think Texas A&M is a look ahead spot. I think that's just Ryan and his love of Buzz Williams. I think Florida is locked in. They've just been dusting people. Now they could hit the wall. I think it's later on. It could be in the conference tournament. Could even be early in the tournament itself. But I'll take Florida laying the 7.5.
All right, Sean's just trying. He just wanted to build an island. First game we didn't agree on. Toledo.
Yeah, you got to have some disagreement.
Toledo coming off that bone-crushing loss to Marcus Johnson and Bowling Green. They head down the road to Kent, Ohio for another. I mean, we love the MAC this time of year. Kent State laying 6.5 points here. Colby.
And Kent State coming off of an overtime loss to Miami, Ohio, the Redskins there. And look, Kent State had a 7-point lead with a minute and a half left in regulation. And that thing got pushed to overtime. So both teams kind of coming off heartbreakers. You look at what Kent State's been the better team this year. There's no denying that. 9-4 at home. They won by 19 back on January 21st against this Toledo team. However, I think this is a Toledo spot. I think they're going to get back. Give me the points. I do think Kent State's going to win the game. Just a little bit too many points. Give me the Rockets. Fuel up.
I like how he snuck it in there. Of course, referring to the Miami Redskins, their name before 1996 when they changed it to the Miami Redhawks. Colby, of course, big historian. You're a big college football historian. I was just explaining for the layman college.
Who are the
football
Redhawks?
TMZ fan. Some call the Miami
Joe Theismann wants you to just try out the name Red Hawks. It's going to grow on you, Colby.
Sean, what if I told you Mark Murphy is the guy that gave Joe Theismann the share of the Green Bay Packers?
Really?
Really?
Yeah. They played on the Redskins back in the day.
Oh wow.
Sandbagging son
Yeah.
of a bitch.
So now where you at with Joey T? Huh? You don't want him on the show. He's out on the tush push by being friends with the guy.
He was also in on the Commanders too, Colby, if you remember.
Well, they cut him a check. You know,
Joey T. Yeah, I mean, he's also in on Medliminal. He's also in on Colonial Life.
I'll
He's
show you
also-
a video. I'll show you a TMZ video of Theismann 6 months before, where he says the Redskins' name should change or should stay. I think it's a bunch of nonsense that they're trying to change it. Then it's like it changed. No, it was time to move on. It was time to move on.
Do you know? So the name comes from they apparently have a treaty with the Miami tribe of Oklahoma. Very interesting. These you don't really want to look into some of these Redskins names. Turns out they weren't inflammatory all the time. Anyway, what are we doing in this one, Colby?
I think I just handicapped that.
Oh, did you? Was I not paying attention?
I said fuel up. These rockets are going to the goddamn moon.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
And by the way, have you ever seen the Toledo? Have you been to Toledo? I've been to that university. They do it is in fact a missile just sitting there,
Aimed at the 50-yard line of Bowling Green. It's fantastic.
Now I'm gonna go against Colby. I like Toledo. I like the Rockets, but that was a tough loss against Bowling Green. That was a dream crusher type game. Now you got to go on the road against Kent State, Toledo. I just don't see it with Toledo, man. Their defense is horrible. Kent State very good from the line, which always matters to me. To me, this is more just a dream crusher game after losing to Bowling Green at home. I'm taking the favorite. Give me Kent State.
Give me Toledo.
Oh, Kramer taking a dog. Look out.
And yeah, I apologize to Colby. The reason I was distracted is I was double checking where Steve Smith first went to college. I was trying to find a good spot in the show to crowbar that in. We'll talk about it later.
Oh yeah, shout out to Steve Smith,
Santa Monica.
Yeah. It turns out we aren't talking about them.
Kramer, play the Madden sound drop with Steve Smith.
Oh, what? Yeah, where?
Yeah, he's one of those guys who will get penetration.
I want someone to send us tape on that. By the way,
By the way, do you know
Steve Smith having sex with a guy's wife?
Whoa, Colby!
I mean, hey, whatever you're into. God bless you, Colby.
I'm talking about Steve Smith and Ocho Cinco being on the same junior college team, facing cornerbacks like me. Probably it's probably so fucking bad.
If he was going as hard as he's going now, when he's going at Santa Monica College, look out! There was probably some co-eds at Santa Monica that had their IUD arranged, according to the text, the screenshots of that guy. And you said you wanted to see the video, Colby. I'm pretty sure if you DM the guy, he's sharing it with everyone, including Yeti coolers, Ray-Bans. Like that was the best part. The guy. Like, what is Yeti Cooler supposed to say? Hey, sorry your wife's a whore.
Gotta stop
have you considered using Yeti coolers?
So Steve Smith's actual name is what I imagine is pronounced Stevonne, but it's spelled Stevonne, like Stevonne. All I could think about was Stefan Urkel, Stefan Urkel. His name is Stefan Latrall Smith Jr. Wild. I wonder if he's still going to be working for NFL Network.
Why did the guy? Does Steve Smith have a deal with Yeti coolers? I was spending most of the past couple of days trying to imagine.
Gotta be right. Gotta be.
Or maybe as a guy who I like free stuff, maybe he thought like Yeti coolers would step in. You know, corporations try and right the wrong. Like, hey, we know Steve Smith just fucked the shit out of your wife for the past 3 months. Here's a brand new Yeti cooler. Like, what was he hoping for?
Yeah, I mean, I have to imagine like he heard this, like he heard an advertisement for like Yeti, like on an NFL Network show, and was like, this will get him. We'll let them know. Yeah, the brand tagging was the strangest part of it. It wasn't quite like this is obviously some sort of inside fix job, but I think there's more to the story here. Could be like that Philly fan. The first story you hear isn't all the facts. Troy, Texas State. We're heading. I believe Colby has said this is one of his favorite campuses in all of the 48 contiguous U.S. states. Texas State, 5 p.m. on the West Coast, host Troy. Troy's favorite? Are you kidding me? And San Marcos, Colby, the wrong team's favorite, right?
Great party school, but well, no. Check this out. So the last time
body inspection school,
the last time Texas State played a game to show you the Sunbelt, they were taking on Saturday the first place team in the Sunbelt, South Alabama. Texas State was in 9th place and they were laying points.
Yeah, but they'd have like way more buys in the conference tournament.
It's just hilarious though. Your 9th ranked team laying points at home against your first place team. So when I see Troy as a 2.5 point favorite and knowing that Texas State got them by 1 in Troy on January 9th, I'm riding these Troy Trojans right through San Marcos.
Something's fishy here.
Lock it up here. Lock it up. Let's go.
Is there an injury?
No, this is just Sunbelt life.
Okay.
I don't know, Kramer. What are you doing? So you like Troy in the revenge spot, Colby?
I do. Troy's a good Troy. If you put gun to my head on this on best Sunbelt team, I think it's Troy.
Well, so my take is that this is another fishy line. Troy should be favored, so Texas State should be favored, but because the line's flipped around, I'm taking Troy. So like there's an injury or something we don't know about.
They're just coming off beating. They're coming off beating the 1 seed. So
it's now the time
they've been partying all week. Nose beers galore, right? And now this little Troy team comes in. And they want revenge.
They're very close to the border down there, so I could see there being fun activities. But so we're all on Troy.
Yeah, I don't know about Sean. Sean,
I don't know. I'm googling. I'm investigating San Marcos. It seems like a pretty cool place in Texas.
Yeah, a lot of
very tempting to take them as a home dog, but I will defer to the Sunbelt expert Colby and take Troy laying the 2.5 on the road.
I mean, again, look at how smart this conference is. Look at this thing. This is beautiful.
Idiots.
So you're telling me the 9 seed would be playing 4 days before the 1 seed? That's almost unbelievable.
It's so stupid. It's the stupidest
is it the
thing.
Same event? Like
it's the stupidest thing there is in college basketball.
I think it's great. Protect your best teams.
And guys, I don't know for the I want to declare this.
What are we, the IRS?
Since Greg Sankey wants to make a 96 team tournament, I think we call him up, get him on the phone, and we just say we're going to allow the entire SEC into the conference or into the tournament this year.
Yeah,
please pump the brakes on the 96. Every team's in.
That's the trade off.
Yeah, every team's in. No bitching, because someone's going to get left out, and that's going to be the catalyst for this 96 team tournament. So just boom.
Well, Colby, how many teams, if you had to put a number on it, how many teams from the SEC make it as is?
I mean, 12. I think you can definitely say you feel pretty good about. I mean, Georgia, if they beat Florida, is in the mix. Oklahoma could still be in the mix. A lot of these teams that are out still have a shot because the conference is so strong at the top. So
Arkansas, there's
Arkansas is still in the mix. I just say put the whole damn conference in. It's a great basketball conference this year, the best in the nation. Put the whole conference in this year. I don't want to hear them bitching. We don't want a 96 team tournament. I think Sean secretly does because more games.
And Syracuse would get in. No, maybe not. Maybe not.
Come on.
Not this year. Not this year.
Put Lehigh in, you cowards. Scared of the Patriot League run?
It's going to be
Colby. This is the year They beat Colgate. They're never going to see it coming.
Hey, Colgate got their ass whooped the other day. They're like the 4 seed right now. So big changes in the Patriot League. Yeah.
Iowa State, which I've been hearing a couple different people say perhaps losing a head coach to the Indiana job. They're heading down to Stillwater to take on Oklahoma State. Iowa State laying 9.5. Colby, what are your thoughts on the coach leaving for Indiana, and what are we doing in this game?
TJ Otzelberger's a fantastic coach, but he hasn't done a lot of damage in March. But he certainly will get that program rolling. But I think Mike Woodson is Kevin Keats 2.0. Everyone fired him. They just had a gigantic win. What if they're a super talented team? They could go to the Final Four, and then you're stuck with them for another. They extend
Ryan
him.
Day situation.
Yeah,
it's a full Ryan Day situation. Is there a chance that so whatever happened? Why did I feel like I read that they agreed that he's going to retire,
step down at the end of the year?
Season.
Yeah,
but he doesn't. You're saying he might not step down.
I don't believe he's announced anything. He hasn't announced anything. They have reported that. I don't think he's announced anything on record. So
you're stepping down, right?
That's what I'm saying. What are you going to do when he goes? This is why they should have fired him right then. It's the same situation with Keats. Look how shitty NC State is this year. He's whining about a lack of NIL and everything. And you're like, dude, that was the best thing that could happen for all those Carolina schools, seeing NC State go to the Final Four, and then they re-upped him. They had to re-up him. The same shit's going to happen right now. With Mike Woodson, and I can't wait for it.
They got to bring back DJ Burns. Does he have more eligibility? What's the guy doing? DJing at Applebee's?
He's
got to be overseas somewhere.
Yeah. What? They have Applebee's overseas?
All right. Is he? I'm looking him up right now. Is he playing? Oh yeah, he is. Oh hell yeah, he's playing. All right, guess what country DJ Burns is playing? I actually, this would have been in one of my first guesses, and it would have been as a joke because of how some of these cultures revere large Americans and treat them like superheroes.
Japan.
Yeah, close.
China.
Further, close also. Korea.
Korea.
Yeah,
I was gonna do an Eddie Lacy China food joke if people want to Google that one.
He's playing for the Goyang Sono Sky Gunners. They've
how many? All right, give me the city. I'm gonna Google if they have any Applebee's in there. What city is it, Kramer?
Goyang, Goyang. They've had a ton of names. It looks like they also had to change their name from the Redskins.
Really?
No, they were the Orions for a while. Then the Jumpers, then the Carrot Jumpers, then the Day One Jumpers, and then the Sky Gunners. Anyway, we've lost our way. All this to talk about Iowa State and Oklahoma State. Colby, are we laying with this Iowa State team?
No, I'm going to take Oklahoma State. You got the coaching distraction thing, but also the main thing I think that makes it kind of a hard game to gamble on is the fact that Curtis Jones is a game time decision, their leading scorer, and also their second leading scorer, Keyshawn Gilbert's a game time decision. Those guys both missed the Houston game. Oklahoma State's been decent at home this year, 10-3 at home. Lutz, I think, is building that program up some. I still think they're not a great team this year, but Iowa State, when they go on the road, I feel like they're not as prolific scoring the ball. They're always a great defensive team, but they, especially with their top two scorers in question, give me the Cowboys and the points.
No, I don't know, Kramer. Do you smell that? It smells like Colby laying the groundwork for a Benedictine. Like it doesn't it? I mean, I'm catching a whiff here, even though we're doing this show remote. I'm going Iowa State. Oklahoma State's not good as a home dog. They're gonna get rolled here. Give me Iowa State. And Iowa State's been good. Kramer, what are you doing?
I mean, I like a good favorite. Give me Iowa State as well. Colby got cute here. Classic.
All right.
Cute. cute Colby play.
Hey, we just watched, if you guys were tuning in and checked out the MyBookie Blackjack stream. That was a lot of fun. Maybe next Sunday you hop in on the Blackjack streams, grab a seat next to Kramer and I while we bullshit and maybe go on a nice run there. Use the promo code SGPN over at mybookie.ag. And of course, get down on all the college basketball live in-game wagering, so much more. They got everything. If you're and also wherever you're listening to the show, you can get down over at mybookie.ag. Use that sweet cryptocurrency, get the easy deposit, even easier withdrawals over at mybookie.ag. And of course, we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Also promo code SGPN, get a deposit bonus up to $1,000. Colby, what's jumping out at you here over on Underdog Fantasy? I've been cold on my Underdog Fantasy recently. I'm looking to warm up. What do we got?
Let's go to that Capital City Classic. Max Shulga higher than 13.5 points. I think he's just one of the best players on the court. So let's take the higher.
How
there.
do you spell this guy's name?
SHULGA.
Max Shulga, higher 13.5 points.
And Mark Sears is a guy that is for Alabama. They're taking on Mississippi State. Who's, obviously it's a good game. Sears is quite hilarious because he's been in the doghouse with the coach, but he keeps killing it when he comes out of the doghouse. He just came out he scored 30 the other night. Let's take the higher 20.5. Mississippi State is not that great of a defensive team this year. In fact, I think it's the worst defensive team in Chris Jans' head coaching career. There's points to be had. Alabama with that West Head offense at home with that crowd behind them. Give me Mark Sears higher than 20.5 points.
$100 entry returns you $300. And actually, I'm looking at this. I got a sweet profit boost I put on. So 60% profit boost. Are you kidding me? So I'm going to be stacking up some coin here over at underdogfantasy.com, promo code SGPN.
Look at Burns lighting up this Korean league. Found some highlights.
Shout out to J Rob hitting us with the super chat over at youtube.com/sports gambling podcast. Always appreciate that, J Rob.
DJ Burns just crushing it overseas.
Well, Kramer, now we're gonna get a cease and desist from Korea. That's the last thing I need.
What do you mean? We'll get a jersey. We'll make it right. We actually, that'd be nice. Let's get a DJ Burns. We need a DJ Burns. South Korea, Goyang, whatever it was. Illinois State, Southern Illinois. Salukis laying 1.5 here, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. Again, talking about games on Tuesday. Beautiful Carbondale, Illinois. Colby, right team's favorite here.
This is what we do. All right, you give me a slate with. There's a lot of like power schools playing that are blowouts. Like Duke's like a 24-point favorite against Miami. So we went deep sea diving. You haven't put on your diving gear yet, Kramer. But I mean, Illinois State is I think a pretty decent team. They've won 2 in a row. But the Salukis are 12-17.
Yeah,
and they're favored.
No, I mean, just looking at the Salukis have been horrible. They've lost 4 games in a row, 3 of which at home. Do we just not take Illinois State? But Colby, it seems like you're psyched out by the line.
That's what I'm saying.
The line is telling.
I think we just have to take Southern Illinois, even though they're ass in a rivalry game, just because. How the hell are they getting this number? Illinois State here, Sean. To add on to this, they played on January 5th. Illinois State beat them by 31. How are they getting this number?
You're right. That's all I need to hear. Give me Southern Illinois. Yeah. It makes no sense.
Salukis. Shout out to Stone Lebanowitz.
Stone.
Where's Stone been? We gotta see how Stone check in on him. I know it's down in South Beach. There's a lot
dominating down in South Beach. He doesn't need us.
Probably. Well, you think he's crushing that pickleball court?
Probably.
Stone's probably crushing pickleball. Tennessee, LSU. This would be
Kramer. What are you doing?
Oh, I just said this is another one that stinks. This is very clear. The breadcrumbs once again point to taking the team that shouldn't be favored. Tennessee, LSU. Better if this was a football game. We're down in Baton Rouge. As I posted,
taking the team that shouldn't be favored.
Yeah, it's like stinky. It's a stinky line. Yeah. Like Colby said, they're horrible ass and they're laying points. What gives? Back to the game that would be better as a football game. Tennessee laying 10.5. They did just. I don't like the way they disrespected Buzz in his home court there. Tennessee laying 10.5.
Yeah, you fucking
LSU.
losers thought Buzz Williams would show up against Rick Barnes, baby.
Relax with your Rick Barnes love. I did learn this week. I posted this over at Kramer Centric on X, but Colby,
No
did
personal
you know,
plugs.
Coach O was at Miami at the same time as The Rock and Ray Lewis. Like
I definitely knew Ray Lewis. I don't know if
Rock was there too.
Yeah.
Apparently, like holy shit, what a smart. That's a real gumbo of personalities.
Well, they've never found Coach O's white suit either. Maybe he threw it in a dumpster after a Super Bowl party. He probably did, but it's probably because he got like cocktail sauce on it.
Yeah, no.
And then maybe that's where Ray Lewis. Maybe it was cocktail sauce on the white suit.
He was driving home and he was He realized he needed to work on his car, so he took a screwdriver out and he accidentally cut himself or someone else, and there was blood or oil all over the place. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And then he thought
10W30.
And then
everywhere.
he thought it'd be best to drive to behind a bar and throw it into a dumpster. Cause it's ruined, so it's no point trying to get it dry cleaned. Tennessee laying 10.
We've all been there.
Honestly, we might need to revisit the Ray Lewis situation because I feel like
No.
You're willing to slander the great Italian people of Providence, but don't go anywhere near the Ray Lewis situation. Tennessee,
No, just those dickwads that run their fake Twitter accounts.
Okay, there's Italians don't use the internet, so that's good. This
Internet's how you get caught.
This is a regular season Cruton trip. Even though that let down all over it, I think I have to go back to my favorite ways against Slick Rick here. Slick Rick 2.
No, I'll take LSU. LSU, they just announced that McMahon's going to be coming back. Their head coach that we kind of thought was going to be fired. They said they even admitted that they hadn't really put much NIL into basketball, which I think it's relieving for him. And I think there's less pressure on that now. So they played Florida really tough the other day. That they were beating Florida pretty much the whole game until like the 5-minute mark. I think Tennessee, let's not forget they had a week off before A&M, right? They had a week off. Now you get that quick return away game against a shitty opponent. Give me LSU in the points. Tennessee wins though.
And it's a back-to-back road spot with the Alabama look ahead. I mean, that's all you need. This is a smash spot for LSU. I love this situation spot for LSU. And Colby's right. Like LSU's, and also too, like LSU's not horrible. 10.5 points as a home dog is way too high. So I'm all over LSU.
What was the number against Florida? Did they cover?
No, that's what was crazy. They should have covered.
Yeah. Well, I think similar game for Tennessee. They should have covered, but they don't cover. Lay it. All right. Moving along. Just closed my entire browser. Give me 1 second.
Mississippi State's at Alabama in Tuscaloosa. Alabama laying 8.5. Total at 169.5.
No, wow. Oh, total guy.
Just throwing that out there for the good people.
Hold on, Sean. I was clearly on Tennessee there. This is where you don't follow the breadcrumbs correctly. I'm on Tennessee.
All right, I'm no longer filling out your.
What do you mean? I
I'm
clearly
retiring.
said Tennessee. I said
I'm retiring.
Mississippi State, like Colby said, is catching a big number here. Not in Stark Vegas anymore. Alabama also has that same look at spot you were mentioning. Rock fight.
Yeah. This is an interesting game just because the styles are kind of completely different.
Who wins the style fight?
Well, Bama won by 4 in Stark Vegas earlier this year, but Bama's 11-2 at home. Yeah. They did just cover for us against Kentucky. I still think I just can't trust the defense of Mississippi State this year. To give folks an idea, they're 129th. Chris Jans normally has like a top 50 defense every year. 129 is still not terrible, but it's normally way, way better. I got to say roll tide, lay that number.
Agreed. I think they're not going to, Alabama will win the pace battle, and that will be the problem.
Alabama's going to put it on them. I mean, Mississippi State has their moments, but then they also have their moments where they just don't play any sort of defense. And if Alabama gets out ahead of you, there's just no coming back. So Alabama lay it.
I'm preparing myself to betting a couple bets on Alabama come March Madness. Carolina, South Carolina, one of the probably the only team in the SEC that you would say is definitely not in the tournament. They're heading to Columbia to take on the upstart Missouri Tigers. I think we all correctly predict the letdown spot against Arkansas there. Missouri laying 13.5 here against the Cox. Get right spot. I'm not sure what is the skinny with the SEC regular season championship here, Colby.
Like what?
It's coming. Is it like Auburn's to lose? Florida's still in the mix.
No, Florida's it's so Auburn's up by I think 2 games on Florida, but it's not like one of the mid majors. There's more games left. I think they have, is it 3 or 4? It might even have 4. Some teams I think have 4.
4.
So that's what I'm saying. Like they're still, even though they have that 2-game lead, Florida and Auburn, I believe, still have to. No, never mind. That's Alabama that plays Auburn. Auburn has to go to A&M, I think. Which I don't know. Florida can still win the SEC, even though they don't play Auburn. If that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Colby, what are you doing? I mean, to me, Missouri off a loss feels like a good spot to take them at home.
Can't take them.
Really? Why can't you take them?
Pussy institution. Pussy institution. Gamecocks plus the points. Gamecocks plus the points. Let's go.
I love Missouri in this spot. I'm not all caught up on the court storming situation.
Yeah, I'm with Kramer. You can get your Gordon Fisherman outfit, Colby, and you can do a maybe invite them to like an off-campus storm. They really need to find a way to replace the storming energy, right? Like if you're not going to be able to do it on the court, where can they do it? Storm the quad. It's just not as fun. I'm pro court storming, but I'm also pro winning money. Give me Missouri late in the 13.5. They've done well off losses before. I understand this is in conference, but also I think there's still a pretty good team. Like we did a good job of nailing the letdown spot against Arkansas, but that was on the road. Now you get back at home, you play a shitty South Carolina team. They're going to put it on them.
Yes, I agree.
Colby just has an angry face.
Well, no, I'm sweating this Kansas Colorado game right now with a minute left, and I have a number that's right there, covering by a half a point right now.
College hoops after dark. Iowa, Illinois.
What did the spread close at? Jayhawks Buffaloes.
6.5. Well, 6.5 is what I think it closed at. I don't know. It could have been 7. But yeah, 6.5. Yeah, 6.5. The chat says. So it's right on that. They're up by 7 right now with a minute left. So yeah, sorry guys for
getting sweaty. Yeah. Well, Iowa taking on the Fighting Illini, who they've also gotten rid of a lot of their tradition based on people not liking how it might offend some people. Also, Illinois got destroyed as a basketball team by Duke on Saturday. I mean, I've seen some ass kickings in college basketball that you don't typically see from some of these blue blood or at least top notch programs. They lost by what, 50 something? Colby, was that or 45?
Yeah.
Embarrassing output. I have to imagine now on a 3-game losing skid that the Illini are cooked here. Brad Underwood, I'm sure his job is completely safe, but can't bet on him right now. No, thank you.
Yeah, he's a coach that I don't like. The closer it gets to March, and I know
9.5. No, thank you.
That's what I'm saying. Now. Well, especially like he's talked about the team having the flu and shit. Give me. I'll just take. I'll blindly take Iowa in the points, even though they're I know they're 1-6 on the road, but recently they won at the rack. There in Piscataway.
This wasn't the team that that didn't shake hands because they had the flu, was it?
Yeah, it was. Illinois. Yeah.
They still have the flu. What kind of bird flu they got going over there?
Basketball. What do you mean you're not going to shake hands? You played 40 minutes of full contact basketball. The fuck are you talking about? What do they teach out there?
Well, they keep their distance, wear a mask. The problem is the counter. I don't like Illinois, but Iowa has not been good on the road. They're 2-5 ATS. Oh God, this is tough.
No, you gotta know when a team is dead.
Yeah,
you can't.
Illinois does feel pretty dead.
Dead man walking.
All right, I'll take Iowa. Ryan, do you want to announce who you're taking?
As I've said multiple times during this handicap, you can't take Illinois right now. You cannot do it.
Okay.
TCU, West Virginia, heading to Morgantown for another weird road trip in the Big 12. West Virginia laying 7.5, 6 p.m. on the West Coast. Colby.
By the way, I'm seeing the 6.5 now, but
let's get that number updated quickly.
And I'm doing this as an honest guy because I am on TCU. I am on TCU here. Look, Jamie Dixon was a longtime Pitt coach.
Yeah. Great.
He knows this rivalry. He knows this fucking, he knows not this rivalry, but he knows the lay of the land right here. Really, West Virginia, they're working with like a 7-man rotation. I think West Virginia probably will win this game, but TCU's been chippy. Jamie Dixon is getting the, if you asked me back in November or December, I thought TCU was the worst team in the Big 12, but somehow he's got this team playing ball. I think they stay within this number. West Virginia wins by 2, by 3, by 4, something like that.
You know what? No, thank you. They've been horrible on the road. ATS. I don't see this as a get up spot for them. I'm going to take the lower number here. It's down to 6.5. Usually you don't want to go against that line move, but I'll take West Virginia. Country roads take me home. TCU 65% from the line. Get the fuck out of here. West Virginia 73%. Come on, that's the difference. Look at this Kansas game. Look at this Colorado game. These games come down to the spread every single time. That one extra made free throw in the first half that you don't think about is going to be the difference. So give me West Virginia all day.
Like Colby said, he's had a ton of success against what Jamie Dixon and TCU have had success against West Virginia recently, including last year on the road in Morgantown, thumping them 93-81. I'm with Colby. Give me Jamie Dixon and his very nice hair to get it done here on the road.
Can't trust Kramer now. He's gone dogs. We're living in a bizarro world.
Now we're in the full lasers focused period of the I'm going to continue to dominate you with my lock percentage portion of the season. Gonzaga laying 6.5.
Let's go overall win loss.
Gonzaga laying 6.5 on the road. Santa Clara. Why do you keep forcing this Gonzaga team down our throat? I was right, unlike you bozos taking the Zags last time.
Well, watch your language.
St. Mary. Santa Clara home dog here plus 6.5. My gut says that's the side we got to take here, Colby.
I mean, Santa Clara has been hot. They've been hot. They just put it on Washington State, man. They were up by like 30 in like the first 5 minutes of that game. They're coached by Herb Sendek.
Excuse me.
Isn't this a revenge game for Gonzaga as well?
That's what I'm saying. They're coached by Herb Sendek, the former NC State coach.
Who's dick?
Give me the Zags minus the points. This is all about just a better team coming in there, getting it done. Zags are still rated offense in college basketball, the 33rd rated defense. Guess who's back at like the 130s? Santa Clara. They can't defend. Zags are going to attack that. Let's go.
I wanted to say Gonzaga is not going to lose back-to-back games, but they've done that twice so far this season, including losing back-to-back games to Santa Clara at home. Santa Clara is good. It's Colby. Is Santa Clara going to get in the tournament?
No, they got to win. They got to win out. I think
they got to win the conference tournament.
Yeah.
Man, Sean, literally the last time, you just nailed the handicap. The last time they lost to Santa Clara was the second in a 2-game losing
But
streak.
this is a revenge factor, and they lost to Gonzaga at home. You know what? No, this is too high. I'm tired of, Mark had a few. We have stricter DUI laws in the Southern California area. I know firsthand. Give me Santa Clara plus 6.5. Kramer, what are you doing?
Yes, as I've said during the extent of this particular handicap, I love the home dog here because Gonzaga's trash this year, and Colby for some reason keeps putting him on the sheet and picking him. Colby, how are we feeling about this Kansas? Did they go final? What do we?
Kansas has the ball. 12 seconds left, up 7, so covering by a half a point right now.
Wow.
I will say this
Who's
about
better at free throws?
I will say I think Kansas is, but I will say that Gonzaga Santa Clara I believe is for the 2 seed. So there's some major implications. Yes, they're dribbling it out.
And
yes.
I confused Santa Clara with Santa Clarita. So my apologies. I don't know why I always mix those up with Southern California and Northern California. I'm still in Santa Clara plus 6.5. Kramer, what are you doing?
Yeah, Santa Clara plus the points. Mark had a few. That's the handicap. All right, last game, New Mexico, San Diego State. Great Mountain West matchup here. Not at the pit, and San Diego State's laying 2.5. Colby, how many teams are the Mountain West getting in this year?
I think it matters on that tournament. I think right now it's tricky. I would say right now you're looking at 3, maybe 4. San Diego State needs this though.
So who's in? Who's in for sure? For certain?
New Mexico, Utah State, and right now I think Boise's right on that line. But them winning the other night, it's right there. They're like, them and San Diego State, I think are just right there in the mix. But so at the most, I think 4, providing another school doesn't like Colorado State win the or Nevada win the Mountain West championship.
Per bracket matrix, Utah State 8 seed, New Mexico 9 seed, San Diego State 10 seed, and then Boise on the outside looking in.
See, they were on the outside, but then they won that game against Nevada, so I was just assuming that they would be on the inside. But San Diego State lost this weekend to Utah State, so I was thinking,
maybe, perhaps. Anyway, who you like in this one?
I'm on the Aztecs, man. Like New Mexico's great, but a lot of their greatness is the pit. So
they're not quite the same team on the road.
Yeah, and to me, like one thing, like Richard Pitino's done a good job, with this program and getting it to where it is. But Brian Dutcher is the best coach in this conference. So best coach.
Yeah.
You're in a desperate spot too. They're coming. Don't forget San Diego State's coming off that loss. I'm going to lay the 2.5 with the Aztecs in a critical game for them.
Yeah, it's their last chance or last regular. But yeah, they win this game, they probably win out.
Yeah.
Lay it.
I don't know. This is tough because San Diego State's good off a loss, but they've been bad at home. 4-8 ATS. San Diego State, you've been dead to us.
Short number.
I'm going New Mexico. Guys, this is it's the season of Patinos. Give me New Mexico.
I saw the chat was asking about the lock music. If we got that queued up.
Yeah, Colby, now you can't go back to your regular lock music. They've enjoyed the royalty free.
Hello world.
Let's go.
Pick
Money
Dundee
line
is back.
Macintosh. What do you got? Furman on the money line.
You got to do it with a smoother voice. That's what we were doing it. This is Pick Dundee and Moneyline Macintosh with Noah Beanflick.
Oh wow!
You're listening to Smooth Lock Radio. 96.5 SGPN.
Oh, love it. Look at that right there. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna guys, I'm gonna have another power day. I don't know. You guys talk some shit. I've just put on some solid weeks back to back shows.
It's true.
Let's go.
All right.
The dulcet tones of Pick Dundee with my co-host Moneyline Macintosh. We're going to talk Ukraine, Russia negotiations, but before we do, TCU West Virginia offensive rebounding has been a issue with the West Virginia Mountaineers. Moneyline, how do you see that shaking out?
It's this your NPR voice?
Yeah, that's what were those like the two white chicks and the sweaty balls? What's your recipe for sweaty balls? SNL flashback. All right, Colby, 3 locks and a dog. What do you got? Or Kramer, 3 locks and a dog.
Okay.
Oh, you want to keep it going? And Colby can go first.
No, we were on a nice run last episode.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. All right, lock number 1. Colby, we were the Richmond number, very big. We're going to take the big number with Richmond. We're going to lay it with Alabama. I think they make a statement there at home. We're going to take the points with Jamie Dixon and TCU. And for the dog, actually make TCU the dog, and we're going to lock up San Diego State at home.
And the dog is TCU on the money line. I'll start with my dog. Give me Iowa on the money line. This Illinois team seems to be spiraling. And I feel pretty good fading them. I'm also going to take for my first lock. Give me LSU.
I was late getting to it.
Give me LSU plus 10.5. For my second lock. I mean, I have to take Eastern Michigan laying 2.5 because if they lose, I'm just gonna at FBI.gov immediately. So the content aspect of it will be pretty fun there. Let's see. For my third lock,
laying 3.5 or 2.5?
2.5.
Where are you getting this number for? Did we pick it at 3.5?
3.5.
You see what he's trying to do here, Colby?
Pulling a Colby, a little bait and switch.
I'm gonna take Tennessee minus 2.5. It's a great spot against LSU.
And my last lock, give me the Cincinnati Bearcats. I'm in Cincinnati enjoying some delicious Skyline chili. And yeah, I'm gonna dump a bottle of chili on someone at some point. Colby, 3 locks and a dog. What do you got?
Kramer's right with those Richmond Spiders plus the points in the Capital City Classic. I also. Wait, wasn't Richmond one of the other teams that we think's crooked? Yes.
Yep.
I just continue to buy in.
It's a good spot though.
It's all about the spot. It's on national TV. They can't hide here. They can't hide
losing
here.
Colby. The robots are back.
Yeah, they're big
Colby,
gambling's trying to take them over.
Colby, rapid fire.
San Diego State, Troy, money line is Georgia.
All right. Troy, San Diego State, and money line is Georgia. I like that. Representing Blue Cane.
And Richmond was the other one.
Blue Cane. So he's got Troy laying 2.5. Yep. Richmond catching 14.5. And what was the other dog or lock?
San Diego State.
Yeah.
San Diego State minus 2.5. And the Georgia Bulldogs on the money line. Hey, great show. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Appreciate it. Obviously, check out the college experience, Colby Dant. aka Pick Dundee, Moneyline Mac, Noah Beanflake and crew. Also, yeah, get in edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN, Underdog Fantasy, promo code SGPN, mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN, and come hang out with us in Vegas at the Rhythm Party, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party. If you can't make it out, you can still get a chance for your $250 future.
Quick question: is the bean flick because he looks like a lesbian, or because he's never?
But he was one of the greatest. He was one of the greatest softball pitchers of all time, Ryan. How dare you? How dare?
Okay. Yeah, no, I get it. He's working with one of those male camel toes.
Hey, we got more college basketball coming up. Later on the week, we got some NFL futures as well with our buddy CJ. VSiN Show Friday night. Promo code Madness, 20% off everything. And of course, switch it over to Colby Dant, late night, youtube.com/college experience. And of course, smash our subscribe button, youtube.com/sports gaming podcast for Sports Gaming Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green. He's Ryan.
Excellent effort by everyone.
Kramer, let it ride.